As Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson prepares to take office next month, he has begun to put his new administration together, hoping to hit the ground running.
And WGN's Gaynor Hall sat down with two new members of Johnson's team and joins us now with more. Gaynor?
Yeah, Ray and Jackie, the mayor-elect's incoming chief of staff is a familiar face with a background in public safety.
Well, in addition to the 8-foot perimeter fence.
From Lollapalooza
With high winds and blizzard-like conditions.
to major snowstorms, Rich Gaitis has played a role in coordinating safety plans for some of the city's biggest events.
And I can't wait to be sworn in as the next mayor.
Right after Brandon Johnson won the runoff for Chicago mayor, Gaitis announced his retirement as head of the Office of Emergency Management and Communications. That didn't last long.
No, it was not originally part of the plan, so I fully planned on retiring, but I am truly excited about the opportunity to continue to do what I do.
Gaitis wouldn't say if Johnson got his vote, but he's joining the mayor-elect's team as chief of staff.
I am serving in a capacity where I will do what is necessary to support the mayor-elect and any mayor or anybody that I've ever served under.
He served under the three previous administrations and carries considerable experience in public safety, which emerged as the #1 issue in the election.
I've had conversations with the mayor, and he's very, very passionate and sincere, and I feel that he was very open to conversation, in my opinion, on public safety and relationships and how to make relationships better within public safety, and to also support and entrust the Chicago Police Department to do the job that they're supposed to do.
Gaitis says his ability to build relationships is what he's most proud of, and he'll work closely with Dr. Cristina Pacioni-Zayas, a progressive tapped as first deputy chief of staff.
Our community deserves to have something that is inspirational.
Her expertise is in education policy, and she's been a state senator since 2020, a seat she's giving up.
This is a once-in-a-generational opportunity.
She says there are no simple answers to the city's challenges, and the administration will work to balance longer-term goals like doubling the number of youth jobs with the needs to address violent crime right now.
Well, the mayor-elect said that he is going to be the mayor for all of Chicago. And I think by bringing Rich and myself on, it demonstrates his ability to understand that we have complementary skills, and we also have what I call receipts. We deliver for Chicago. We are Chicago kids. While we do that in very different ways, those ways can be incredibly complementary and competent.
And she says she got to see Gaitis' tactical skills and compassion in action in 2017 when she was working with the Puerto Rican Agenda, and he worked on setting up the city's resource center for people who were fleeing the devastation from Hurricane Maria. Ray and Jackie, safety, of course, the main priority. Gaitis says he is also wanting to roll up his sleeves to tackle the concerns on CTA.
Does he have any ideas like now with safety, considering, last weekend and such?
Yeah, he talked in general about leveraging relationships with communities and organizations. He also repeated that he does believe the next CPD superintendent needs to come from the city of Chicago.
Seems to be what Johnson says the same thing too.